All right, guys, welcome to David Dudley Outdoors. And yes, today we're going to be talking about a fishing tip. You've seen me in the tackle dungeon is what I like to call it. I've given you a lot of hacks. I've given you fishing tips. And today we're going to give you a fishing tip that is going to help you utilize the plastics that you're already using, but to help you utilize you in catching more fish, okay? That is the goal of today's topic, is tricking out your plastics to help you catch more fish. So let's talk a little bit before we jump into it. Let's talk a little bit about the tournament scene. The tournament scene, you know, is pretty much, I'm not going to say dominated, but the higher percentage of fish that are being caught today in today's tournament scene, the tournament world, is pretty much plastics. Plastics have jumped on to this scene over the last 3 or 4 years, whether you're throwing, you know, Senkos, drop shots, Kitex, or, you know, boot tail swimmers, even with plastics on your trailers, whether you're throwing a bladed jig, spinner bait. But the main role of plastics has like just jumped onto this. I mean, pretty much if you watch BPT, you watch FLW, you watch Bassmasters, it's pretty much become a spinning rod world. Now, don't trump me because you saw whatchamacallit using a bait caster. I'm speaking majority, not minority. So my goal today is to teach you guys what is some tricks that I can use to help me catch more fish on my plastics. So we're going to talk today about this. Why do you lose fish basically using plastics? What would be the reason? Maybe your plastic's getting balled up. Your plastic is too thick for the hook that you're using. Pretty much my biggest pet peeve when I watch people lose fish is that they're using too light of a rod for the choice of plastics that they may use. And what I mean by that, you're not going to use a medium action rod with, say, this creature bait that has a lot of plastic. You can see the thickness of it. You're not going to use, you know, say something like this, just a straight tail worm. Yes, you can get around away a little bit with the lighter rod, but then it comes into the hook choice. You know, what hook choice should I use for that thick plastic? What hook choice should I use for, say, that skinny straight tail worm? What hook choice should I use for the Senko? So what I'm going to show you is just utilizing what you already have. Okay, I very highly suggest, I'm with Proficiency Rods. If you're not familiar with them, check them out online, proficiencyrods.com. I've helped design a lot of rods for them, and I'm excited about them, and they've actually been out for a year, and that's what I just won Angler of the Year on. But we're going to talk about plastics, so if you do have rods, I highly suggest, I don't own anything below a medium heavy. Everything I own is medium heavy to heavy. Now, do I have maybe a few medium action rods? Yes, I do. Whoa, well, we'll get into that in a different topic. So here we go. One of the key things that I like to do to a bulky bait, whether it's a creature bait or say like a beaver style bait, or whether I don't know, just like whether you're throwing a pit boss or a straight tail bait. So what I like to do, yes, this is just an ink pen, and basically what are we going to do? We're going to pull it out, right? We're pulling it out. And the reason I suggest this is you could use a straw, but actually the straws have a bigger diameter. I like to use whatever this ink pen is, Papermate. This is what I like to use. So here we go. When it comes to brush hogs, that's a lot of plastic, okay? A lot of plastic sitting in there. What I like to do is to simply take this, and I'm going to punch out to the side. As you can tell, I have a gap in between, this plastic. But listening to my reasoning behind it. So let's just say I am rigging it up. I'm going to come in, you guys. Oops, coming out the wrong side. So I'm going to come in, come down, And all I'm doing is creating that gap for that hook to come through. But the key to this is that this plastic is going to collapse a whole lot easier. It's not going to get bulked up. So how many of y'all have ever come back and, you know, you set the hook and it was doubled up, right? But it would be up here. But, you know, you come back and it's like doubled up. Well, this does two things. It helps your plastic fold. Either way, it collapses a little bit. It gives it room to move, and you're going to get a better hookup ratio. So without going through there, I'm just going to show you, you know, through here. You're going to come through and basically skin hook it. As you can see, the hook is already exposed. Now we're going to do that same thing with a Senko. Okay, Senkos are enormous player in today's world. So basically all you're doing is you're going to come down about halfway, push, right? Push through. There it is. You take out a chunk. And same concept. You know, when you are rigging this, you're going to come in. And guys, this just, it truly does help your hookup ratio. Okay. And then we're going to come through and skin hook it right through there. Okay, you guys are getting the concept, and it doesn't matter, you know, even if you are using a trick worm, say you're at a spotted bass fishery or where the fish are really finicky, you're going to do the same thing. You're not going to go all the way through, but a lot of shaky heads, if you're making long cast or fishing out over a ledge or whatever it is, and you're not in close quarters, you need all the advantage you can get. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to come in, and of course this is a Perfection Lure shaky head, the only true stand-up shaky head. And I punched it in the wrong spot, but that was just dumb on my part. So we're going to come in. I was thinking I was rigging it Texas rig with like a flipping hook or something. We're going to do the same thing, punch out a little bit, bring it in, bring it out. And this is especially if you're not fishing around much cover. I mean, look how awesome that is right there. You're not skin hooking it like that. It's going to give that worm enough flexibility to collapse. See that right there? It's going to be able to move and get out of the way. So that right there, even on shaky heads when it comes to that, and also on swim baits. So people don't think about this, but a lot of swim baits get, you know, you might have bulky plastic. And if you look at this J right here, the J, you know, a lot of plastic, this one is set good, but a lot of plastics fill up the J. So you may be using a smaller hook and your J may be full of plastic. Well, on your boot tails and on your swim baits, you're going to do the same thing. You could come in, take out a lot of that plastic. That way, when it comes down into their mouth, like you actually hook them, it gives them room to fill up that J. If your J is on, if your plastics are, or let's see if I can do it. If your plastics are half full of the J, basically I'm clearing room to allow that a better hookup ratio. You can even come in, you know, you can come in more, clean it out a little bit more, or a little bit more, and I'm going to make room for that J. You're not going to lose them. They're not going to be able to back out of that hook. That fish is not going to come up there. Now, you guys tell me, can you see that? Oops, my eye popped off that head. Can you see that? You can't see that. If it's wobbling, that fish can't see it, but you're creating a bigger J is what you're doing. That gives you a lot better hookup ratio on it, you know, so you can, of course, land more fish. Guys, thanks for taking the time to click on this video. Guys, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, hit that subscribe button and notification. I know everybody says it, but it really does mean a lot to me. We've grown a lot this year, and actually, I think my 1 year anniversary is coming up in like 2 weeks. So I have officially grown thanks to you guys. We've grown 15,000 plus subscribers in my first year. Totally humbled that you guys would even give me the honor to subscribe to me. I had a goal of 1,000 in 1 year, and we've grown way and above my expectations. Guys, I really do try to help you guys understand concepts behind not just a fishing hack, not just a fishing tip. I want you to understand the thought process in behind it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to give you the double outro for this video.